Hi, I'm Patrick with all the highs and lows of next week's soaps. EastEnders has had more comebacks than a drunken heckler, but the latest is up there among the most dramatic, Sharon Rickman in a wedding dress. Earlier, Ben and Jay bring Ian to Phil and Shirley's engagement party, but he freaks when he sees a gift, a photo of Shirley with Heather. Ben's beside himself when Jean tries to get Ian to open up, and he tells Phil he's going to confess. But they're interrupted by a banging on the door. It's Sharon! Later, Shirley notices the picture frame on Denise's mantle and works out it was in the bag that Phil gave Jean. She quickly points the finger at Phil, but Ben defends him and lets slip something only the killer could know. Meanwhile, Sharon's full story emerges as she reveals she left her little boy Dennis behind as she fled the reception, and Phil comes to her aid. But after an altercation with her ex, John, he takes off with Dennis, with Phil and Sharon in hot pursuit. Dennis seizes his chance and jumps out of the car into traffic, though Sharon rescues him. She decides to stay in Walford, and Jack gets a slap when she finds her at Max's and assumes she's an escort. So how do they wind up in bed? Next, we're in Corrie. Steve's typical wishy-washy indecision causes more emotional havoc, as Tracy mistakes his concern for him wanting to reunite. Little does she know, he and Michelle are already walking down memory lane. A trip that a distressed Amy notices when she sees them kissing. Michelle orders him to put Tracy in the picture, but the cowardly cabbie instead tells Tracy he wants to remain single. Deirdre learns the truth from Amy and has a go at Steve, followed by Michelle, then Tracy. Take a number, ladies. Ches and Katie want Gary and Izzy to be Joseph's godparents, but Anna notes their sadness and suggests they adopt. Only Gary's dodgy past prevents this. Katie offers to be their surrogate without Chez's knowledge, while Owen is incandescent when he learns about it. Chez is also stunned and the christening party's cancelled, but after a lot of thought, Izzy decides she wants to go through with it. Next, we move to Emmerdale. World War III is still raging as Marlon refuses to back down on his demands. But Rona sees him with Laurel and guesses the real reason why he wants to stay in the village. Paddy questions him about Laurel and he asks him to keep it quiet. But Rona warns she'll reveal all, so Laurel decides to tell Ashley herself. Marlon is livid, accusing Paddy of blackmail, and he decides to ask Ashley to move out when Laurel chickens out of telling the kids. Dan is chuffed when Chaz says she'll have another drink with him, despite his clumsy attempts to hit on her. Later, one thing leads to another and they spend the night together, which Dan assumes she'll instantly regret. On the contrary, she announces to Cameron that Dan is her man. Is he jealous? Well, no, it seems her primitive mind game is a failure. And Val manipulates Pollard into a kiss, which Brenda sees. She's upset despite his embarrassment and packs her bags. Has a smug Val really won him back?